All right, what I'm going to do for us today is just an experiment. It's I've had this soaking for a few minutes. This is a Semogue Boar brush. I think it's an 830. It's only been worked maybe about 3 or 4 times, so I'm just wanting to get this guy some time in so that he can get softer and hold more water and all that mess. So this is an experimental run here. The soap I'm using is the Kirks Castille, available at Walmart. Very inexpensive, I think. I first got it thinking it might be good for a lather when I saw, I think in the description it said something about like coconut or something like that. I used it once before to lather with, and it did not have very much creaminess. It kind of evaporated on the face. It got dry. And so I thought, you know what? I will give my boar brush a workout and do a little science test at the same time. Really load this guy up, and we'll just see if I get anything useful out of this at all. Yardley with the shea butter is, I'm going to get a small drip going here so that I can add water. Yardley with shea butter is I find a pretty good shaving soap. It's a bar soap from Walmart or the Dollar Tree, and very inexpensive, and it actually gets fairly creamy. I've used Irish Spring for a month or two, and it will work, but it's not as creamy as the Yardley shea butter. This already feels very light. Probably won't be worth anything for a decent lather. I think what I'm waiting for this to kind of get a little dry so that I can add more water. Also, this experiment may be better with a different brush that could hold more. But hey, maybe someday if somebody is searching YouTube for Kirk's Castille lather, they'll find this and they will learn that no, it's not very good. I mean, sure, we're getting suds and stuff, but that's much too airy. There's nothing, no body to it. So all we're doing now is just breaking in my boar brush a little bit more. Soap's actually kind of flying off my hand. All right. It's so light, the soap. Let me go ahead and just rinse this out. So that's Kirk's Castille. Maybe a good soap for you if you're taking a shower, but not if you're trying to shave. While we're here, I'm going to whip out the Pears Glycerin soap. On the box, it's also a Dollar Tree kind of thing, and on the box this one has a medicinal smell, kind of an amber color. It just says transparent soap on the box. It doesn't even give any fragrance or a fragrance name or anything like that. Now already you can see how this is a much more usable lather. I've done this once or twice before, and so I know this one you can actually use. You know, if you're one of those who likes to make the super lather where you get some glycerin soap you know, on your brush, and then you whip it up in a cream or with a tallow soap, and the glycerin just helps add to the slickness and all that. Maybe this $1 puck bar of soap could fit that bill, but the medicinal smell, might be hard to get around that. Not really smell it too much from this distance where I am now, but when you're up close you can smell it. Alright, so let's just pretend that this guy is all loaded up, and let's see what happens here. See, that's much different. So this is a tour of the Dollar Tree bar soaps. See what we get. I was watching the dry method of lathering sterling soaps YouTube video. I'm sorry I don't remember the guy's name, but it was a good video, very instructional, a lot of good info on there. And so this is kind of a dry method almost. A little bit more water starting out in the brush. Yeah, see, look at that. That's might turn into something. I'm going to start the drip again over here. See if we can turn this cheap soap. Again, I'm just wanted to exercise my Boar brush. Look at that lather. Cheap dollar store lather. All about it being a glycerin soap. Oh, it's soft. That's a creamy feeling lather. That's a good feel. Wouldn't mind shaving with that, really. That's got creaminess to it. That is nice. Now see how it's kind of cloudy, kind of puffy, almost like a bag of rocks. You know, it's not like a big dollop of custard at this point. So let's just add a little bit more water and see what happens. I bet I get even more lather. Yep. Go ahead and get a little bit more water. Speed things up. Doesn't have to be slow. So this is a practice lather as well as a Boar brush break-in. Look at that. That is plenty enough for 3 or 4 passes on your face. Look at that. And I don't even think it's done yet. I think I need a bigger hand, because I think this add a little bit more water and I think it'll get even bigger. Oh, there we go. So big it's going to stay on the hand. Look at that. And it's creamy, feels great. So if you find a cheap glycerin soap on the market, I bet, maybe one that's unscented or doesn't smell like medicine like this one does, or maybe if you're the kind of person who likes to smell like medicine, then this might be a good little backup bar to have in your cabinet. Look at that. Just gonna add more water and see what happens. Look at that, here we go. So yeah, see now it's not looking as much like cottage cheese as it was before. Gotta sneeze here. There we go. So yeah, see, add more. So if it's looking kind of like cottage cheese and it's bumpy and it's not smooth like a dollop of soft serve ice cream, then at least in terms of shape, then maybe keep slowly adding the water. And that's exactly what I've got now. It's a big old handful of good usable shaving cream. Does it peak? Not too much. I mean, tiny bit. So I could probably keep grinding on it and get it to kind of look nicer and stuff. But I think proof of concept is sitting right here in my hand. Give you a little closer look there. This was Pears Glycerin soap. Oh, you know what? I should have been reaching in here and pulling it out of the bristles like the guy did on the show to help really kind of homogenize the mixture. That's so big. Maybe instead of hand lathering, I need to arm lather. So anyway, there's your proof of concept. Huge, thick, glossy, got a great sheen on it. Lather from a Boar brush that's only been used about 4 times. So how about that? Proof that you don't have to go out and spend $15 on a puck of soap to get a good lather. But so maybe it might be a cheap backup to have on hand. Or if you absolutely don't have the money right now, you instead of paying $15 for a puck of soap, maybe use that money to get a better brush or a better razor, and you can then upgrade your soap a little bit later. I don't know. Whatever. Hope that information was usable for you. Excelsior. All right. Take care.